Hey everybody, it's Jack Mattson over here at Highland Cadillac in Aurora, Ontario, Canada. And sitting behind me is the brand new Cadillac XT6. Now I'm going to go on a little bit more of an in-depth review today. So let's start at the front. Now on the new Cadillac XT6, what I like to start off with would be the lighting. So you have all LED lighting on the XT6 with automatic high beams. Now you also get these beautiful kind of vertical light piping here, which is really nice, and it gives it a really nice, almost like a nice presence or a nice stance when you're driving down the road. As well as also in here is your cornering lamp. So if you have your left signal on or your right signal on when you're at a stoplight or stop sign or whatnot, those little lights will come up and illuminate curbs and all that kind of stuff that might be in your way so you don't hit them. Also is this beautiful grille. So on the premium luxury model, you get more of a glossy finish. Well, on the on the sport model, you'll get more of a matte black or more of like a jet black finish on that grille there. Both the same design, no matter what. If you wanted to go with the sport or the premium luxury will just give you this grille plus a little bit more chrome here on the front. So now let's step around to the side. Now on the Cadillac XT6, the premium luxury model like we have here, what we'll notice is you have chrome everywhere. You have the nice chrome little door panels down here, the door sills down there, as well as also you have the nice chrome door handles and all chrome around the windows, as well as also the roof racks. On the sport model, everything you see here would be body painted. So if you have a white XT6, all that would be white. Black, it'd all be black. Red, it'd all be red. On this model here too, you have the 20-inch wheels. 20-inch wheels are standard on the 2020 XT6. The premium luxury has these wheels as standard. The sport have a little bit more of an aggressive painted wheel. Now let's hop around to the back. Alrighty everybody, now that we're around the back of the Cadillac XT6, the first thing I want to point out are the taillights. Now these here are fully LED taillights, as well as also they have this L shape to them, which I think is personally very beautiful. It's very similar to the Cadillac CT6, as well as also the Scala concept car, which if you ever look at that online, you might see that this car here actually resembles that vehicle a lot, where Cadillac got a lot of its styling from. On the premium luxury as well, that chrome kind of finish that you see all over the vehicle again translates to the back. You see this chrome strip that comes right across the top down here, and then the chrome exhaust tips. Now on the sport model, again, a lot of that would be body color paint. So white if you have a white Cadillac, black if you have a black Cadillac, or red if you have a red Cadillac. Also, one thing I always like to point out is the backup camera here. So this part right here, you might see this little nozzle right next to this backup camera, and essentially what that is if you ever spray your windshield washer fluid, it will actually spray it right onto the backup camera, clearing that off. So it might clear off ice buildup, snow, rain, all that kind of stuff to keep it nice and clear for you so you can see while you're backing up. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to step inside the vehicle. I'm going to show you some great features. Alrighty guys, now that we're looking inside the Cadillac XT6 right here, the first thing I want to talk about is on this driver's side door. So right here you'll have your memory seat function. So you have two memory seat functions there that are fully customizable for both you and another driver, as well as also we have power folding mirrors, which is always handy if you're going in and out of a garage, let's say. But my new favorite feature on the XT6 is the Bose Performance audio system. So this is new from Bose, this audio system. It's a 14 speaker audio system with a subwoofer. And essentially what they did with this car is Bose actually designed the stereo system, and then Cadillac basically designed a car around it, is the best way to describe it. This sound system sounds so incredible. It absorbs, all the materials in this vehicle are meant to absorb all that, so there's no echoing, nothing like that. No matter whether you're in the passenger seat, driver's seat, or the third row, the sound quality is the same. It's absolutely incredible. And now we're gonna get inside and talk about some of the features that we find on our steering wheel. Alrighty guys, now that we're inside the Cadillac XT6, the first thing I'd like to go over is the steering wheel. Now, some of the buttons on here, let's go from left to right. On the top left here, we have our cruise control. So to turn on the cruise control, you hit this button right here, and you'll see the symbol come up on the dashboard at the top. And then again, if you want to shut it off, there you go. The symbol goes away. To cancel the cruise control while you're driving, you can hit this button over here. And then for set and reset, you just have this little toggle switch right here where you can adjust that there. You can adjust speed, setting the cruise control, all that good stuff. Now over here you have your heated steering wheel. Boom, you can turn that on like that. Now what I also like about the heated steering wheel feature in the Cadillacs is that it's adaptive with the remote start. So it will actually detect if it's below 7 degrees outside when you remote start your vehicle in the morning, and it will automatically turn on the heated steering wheel for you. It's a great feature to have, absolutely love it. Now this button right here is for the forward crash response. So this will adjust how sensitive you want the crash response to be, or the collision alert system to be to an accident that might be happening in front of you. Also, what this button can do though, is it can adjust the adaptive cruise control. So as you see here, it says gap adjust right there. You can adjust how many car lengths you want to be behind the vehicle in front of you when you have adaptive cruise control set. Down here, we have our voice command button. This right here, if I press this button, the stereo system over here will automatically prompt me to say a command such as, phone home, send me to 15 Gateway Drive, or send me to the nearest Tim Hortons, something along those lines. Now over here, this is your hang up button, so when you're on a phone call, if you want to hang up at the end, you can just hit that button. Over here, we have our controls for the audio system. So over here you can actually adjust between radio stations, or if you're listening to a song through Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay, you can hit next or back with those two buttons right there. And then over here, this little toggle switch will adjust what you see on your driver information center. So I can go between fuel range, oil life, tire pressure, air filter life, and there can just be a blank page if you want that to be there. Now also, if I hit the buttons that go left and right here, I can adjust between seeing like what I'm listening for audio, my navigation, my phone, see what phones are connected, as well as also you can go into settings, you can set units. So if you go to the States, you can set this to miles per hour instead of kilometers an hour. Now, what I'm gonna go over next are the stalks up here. Alrighty guys, so the right stalk here behind the steering wheel, this will control your windshield wipers. So you can control the front as well as also the rear with the end part here that just twists like that. And then on the left stalk over here, this controls your automatic headlights, as well as also this button right here on the end, that one right there, can also adjust the automatic high beams if you whether want those on or off. You'll get a little symbol on the dash when they are turned on at night. Alrighty, so now we're going to talk about the main touchscreen. Alrighty guys, so now that we're on our infotainment system here, this is your main screen. So right here you'll see you have your different options. You have audio, phone, navigation. You can adjust your Wi-Fi hotspot, users, setting, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto on this screen. Now if we swipe to the right, you have some more options here. You have your My Cadillac app that's usually on your phone, can now be accessed through the screen here on your Cadillac. You can book service appointments through there, as well as also see general maintenance notifications. Sirius XM, you can check on your subscription and what packages you have for that through here, as well as also you have apps. You can download more apps from here as well if you want to see more things such as like the weather channel, stuff like that. OnStar services, you can go through there and see what plans you have purchased at the moment, and then you have climate and rear climate. Now going back over here as well, we have one more page. This is kind of I personally like this page a lot because it kind of gives you all the information you're looking for. You have your climate control at the top. You can see the dual zone, so you have to do two different temperatures there, as well as also you can see what radio station or what you're listening to. So if you have Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay playing, you can see what you're listening to through there, as well as also you can see what phone is connected. And then to the right, obviously, is the navigation. Now if you want to go into navigation, you can do one of two things. You can either press on that directly there, or you can scroll back over here and hit this. It's a very responsive system. I really like this, how it's super responsive, very easy to use. I can just type in where I want to go here and it sends me where I need to go. It's a live navigation system, so that means it's got live traffic reports, which is really handy if you're driving through the city, let's say. As well as also you can use the maps on your phone from Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now for audio, you can set radio presets across the top. You have AM, FM, and Sirius. The Sirius satellite radio in this one is the new system. So this is called Sirius Satellite 360L. The 360L system will let you actually pause the radio when you want, restart songs. So let's say if you get into your car and you're halfway through your favorite song or whatever, you can actually restart the song when you want to, and you can listen to that whole song for your nice commute to work. Now also in here you can actually hit the browse button right here, and I can go into different settings, and I can, like, say if I wanted to listen to a Howard Stern interview, I could actually go back and find a Howard Stern interview that I wanted to listen to and listen to that interview. All of them are saved on here. All the different sports talks, all that kind of stuff are saved on here. You can go back and listen to all the different interviews, different songs, all that kind of stuff right anytime that you want. Now, the last part I want to talk about is users. So on the user system here, you'll be able to actually set different profiles with either key fobs or connected to the OnStar cloud. And through those profiles, when you get into your car, you can either manually type in your username or password, or if you have it connected to a key fob, when you get into the car with that key fob, it will automatically pop up. But you'll be able to set how you like your navigation presets, radio presets, and climate control, whole wider range of things really you can set personally to you. Now what's handy about that is when you take in your Cadillac for service, you can just type in your username and password, and everything from your Cadillac transfers to the loaner Cadillac. So a really cool feature there on that one. Now let's talk about climate control. Now on here, you can quickly control your climate control whenever you need to with these little switches. You can adjust for passenger temperature with this button right here. For driver temperature right here, you can adjust that, as well as also you have your fan modes right there, and then you have your front defrost, rear defrost. You can turn the whole system off if you like, recirculate the air, or set it on auto. When you put it on auto, basically what it will do is it will keep you on the temperature you're set at no matter what the conditions are, so the fan will come on and off as needed. Over here as well, we have our heated seats. You have 3 settings for that: high, medium, and low. And then for your cooled seats, which are down here, same sort of thing. Again, you have high, medium, or low. Now let's talk about this right down here, which is our toggle switch. Over here, what this can do is if you don't like using a touch screen, you can actually adjust what you see on your screen with this little toggle switch. It's fully adjustable. You can kind of go between the different pages, all that kind of stuff right through here. You also have shortcuts for here too. So let's say instead of wanting to hit navigation on there and get fingerprints on your touchscreen, you can just hit this button right here. Your navigation comes up. Also, right over here, you also can get audio. You have a back button and a phone button. Now, there's this little mode button right here as well, which is the last part I'll go over. This part here will adjust your different driving modes. So if you look over on the driver information center, you can actually see what mode you're in. Now, tour mode is front wheel drive. That's when the vehicle will only be in front wheel drive, which is a Cadillac class exclusive. Also, you can have your sport, off-road, all-wheel drive setting. So you have your different driving modes on this one where it can cater to what you needed to do at any time. Now, before we take off on a little test drive here, I'm just going to go over some safety features. Alrighty guys, so that little symbol there you see on your mirror, that is your blind spot warning. So this system here can detect up to 82 feet behind you if someone is coming up on your blind spot, or if they're speeding up through traffic, all that kind of stuff. It will detect if someone's coming, and that light will start flashing orange. Now if we come over here to the dashboard too, you have this little button right here. Now this button here adjusts your lane departure with lane keep assist. So essentially, not only will this vehicle warn you when you go out of your lane, but your seat will give a little vibration and you will actually be pulled back into your lane. Now over here we have our parking sensors. On this vehicle, it has front and rear parking sensors. If some people, they don't like them, you can actually shut them off with this button right there. Now what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to go for a little spin around the block, and I'm going to go over some more features as well as also warranty options and pricing for the Cadillac XT6. Alrighty everyone, now that we're inside the Cadillac XT6, this model here, our standard on all models, is the 3.6 liter V6. So it's got about 310 horsepower on this in this engine, with about 286 foot-pounds of torque from my knowledge. It's very responsive, very peppy, and the main reason for that is because it's paired to GM's new 9-speed automatic. Now, this transmission, I absolutely adore it just from taking it out here for about 15-20 minutes now. I've been driving this vehicle, and I can't believe how quick, how responsive this transmission is. It shifts effortlessly, so smoothly, you barely even feel it. And with the paired to the different driving modes here, like I was talking about earlier, you can adjust between tour, sport, off-road, all that kind of stuff. And what I really like about it is when you're in tour mode, it's super quiet, super comfortable, very, relaxing almost. And then you can put it in sport mode, and suddenly the vehicle's a completely different car. The steering will stiffen up, the suspension will adjust, the way the transmission shifts, all of that changes when you do the different modes, which is really useful for different terrain or different environments that you're driving in. Now, in this car as well, what I really like is the materials and the space. Everything's wrapped in leather, and in the Premium Luxury model, we actually have this kind of wood paneling almost everywhere on the door panels, across the dash and stuff like that. In the Sport model, that will be replaced with carbon fiber, which is also really nice too. It gives it more of an aggressive look to it, which I really love. In this, in this car here as well, we have lots of space. It's very big inside, which I really like, but it's not enormous like the Escalade. It's not, over the top or anything like that. The third row, you can easily fit 2 full-size adults in the rear, as well as also the rear seats are power folding. So easy to go up and down. If you want to carry luggage in there, you can fold the seats down with literally just a push of a button. And then you can, with the push of a button again, raise them back up, and you can become the ultimate family hauler. So really, really nice stuff in here. We have many different luxury features, heated and cooled seats. The second row seats are heated as well with their own climate control setting. That is standard on the XT6 to have rear climate control and heated seats, as well as also we have this beautiful panoramic sunroof, which I love. Huge glass roof. Half the glass actually opens up to let the air in if you want. And once again, that is standard on the XT6. So, now we get on to pricing. So this model here will start at about 60 grand, the Premium Luxury. The Sport's about 62. So about 2 grand more for the Sport. Those are the 2 models that Cadillac currently offers for the XT6. There will be a luxury model in the future, which will have a little bit less features, but will have obviously a lower starting price. Now, however, though, this model already starts much lower than the rest of its competitors. The Audi Q7 starts at about $66,000, and in that model you only get a 2-liter turbo, which is kind of funny in a vehicle that size. And the Lincoln Navigator is another one that will be a competitor to this vehicle, and that one, the Aviator, the Lincoln Aviator, I mean, and that model will start at a hilarious number, which is $75,000. This car here, 15 grand cheaper. Now the model that I'm driving here has a few options on it. It's got a driver's assistance package. It's got a different set of wheels. It's got the black Raven paint. And this one here is about $69,000 with basically everything except for the technology package, which will give you the 360-degree surround vision cameras and the rear view camera mirror. Standard on every single Cadillac as well for maintenance and warranties, you get 4-year 80,000 bumper-to-bumper coverage, as well as also a 4-year 80,000 maintenance plan. So on this car here, you'll get oil changes, tire rotations, you'll get an air cabin filter, you get an engine air filter during that span as well. You'll get one of those, and those are covered for 4-year 80,000. So technically your first 8 oil changes and your first 8 tire rotations are covered with the purchase of a new Cadillac. Also, you have roadside assistance. So on this model here, we have 6-year 110,000 kilometers. You are covered for roadside assistance and powertrain warranty. The roadside assistance is not just for warrantable issues, as if your car breaks down or something like that. They'll come pick you up if you have a flat tire or if you run out of fuel, stuff like that. So when it comes for value for money on this vehicle here, it is quite something how Cadillac's been able to produce this vehicle. It is astonishing. It's beautiful to drive. It's exquisite to look at. The materials inside are truly high-class quality, and since I've been working for Cadillac since 2017, I almost feel like every single vehicle that this company comes out with since then, it just raises the bar. Honestly, it's just the next level of technology, the next level of performance, innovation, all that kind of stuff in these Cadillacs nowadays, where it truly gives you the ultimate driving experience, whether it's a car, SUV, a large sport ute such as the Escalade, all that kind of stuff. It's really incredible. So I really recommend you come on down to 15783 Yonge Street in Aurora, Ontario, and test drive one of these things. We've got a few in stock, we got more on the way, and we really recommend you come out and try one of these cars for yourself. Once again, I am Jack Mattson here at Highland Cadillac, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.